Hello beautiful people, tonight I'm doing something a little bit different. I'm kind of just doing an update on my life and how that's kind of going to affect my channel and my other forms of social media. So I've got 5 things to talk about tonight. I'll tell you what they are, and I might even put times down, so if you only want to see kind of one thing and you don't want to sit through all the video, then you can know where to skip. So I'm going to talk about my upcoming trip first, and then I'm going to talk about the Harryathon2015, and then hashtag Jemwalks, and then my LifeBlog, and then lastly the surgery which I just had and its diagnosis. Okay, so first thing, my trip, Townsville. Next Thursday I'm getting up very early with my cousin and my dad, and we are driving from where I live. I might even put like a map, that would be cool. Probably won't. If I don't be disappointed. But anyway, we are driving from where I live, which is right on the northern New South Wales border, all the way up to Townsville. So that's going to be a huge long drive, but I'm really looking forward to it, because then from that time on, my cousin and I, we will be staying at my brother and sister-in-law's house, and then my brother and sister-in-law and my dad and a few of his friends, they're all going then up to the Cape, and Cordy and I will be staying and house and dog sitting. So we're going to have an amazing 3 weeks, and I'm really looking forward to that trip, and there's going to be lots of fun stuff that we're going to be doing. Which brings me to point 2, the Harryathon2015. Cordy and I decided that we were going to reread for the billionth time the Harry Potter series, because for me, I reread them last when I was just finished year 12. My friend Jess and I read them, and so it's been 3 years and I'm really missing it. So we're going to read it during our time up there, so it's going to be awesome because we can really discuss it, and I thought that I would invite you all along to do it with us. We're doing it as part of the Worldwide Book Club, which is the Goodreads group that I co-host with my friend No from Clocks and Books. That's going to be the August readathon for there, so the whole series. It's not like you have to read all of them in the month, because obviously that's a ginormous feat. You can kind of just go at your own pace, but I'm going to set up forums for like where you're at in each type of book, and depending on how many people get involved, I'd really love to do some quizzes and discussions and hopefully some more really cool stuff like that. So yes, that starts on the 31st of July. Do you know what I'm doing with that? You know where I'm going with that? Because it's Harry's birthday, in case you didn't get that. And it's also the day after we'll be heading up. So we'll be officially in Townsville for that. So let me know if you want to join. I'll pop the Goodreads group down below. I would love, even if you don't feel like rereading, just come on over to the site and chat with us for those who've already read it. And yeah, we can chat about it. Thing number 3, hashtag Jemwalks. So I grew up on a farm and I adore nature. Like, it's the one thing that always makes me happy and whole, and a lot of the time I love to just go on walks with my dogs or my friends or just by myself. Just today I have been in such a foul mood. My hormones are all over the place, and I went and it was just so blissful, and it really helps me connect with myself and to just find this state of peace and self-contentment and stuff. So I took some really amazing photos while I was on my walk, and I really thought, I was sitting down on my rock, I have a rock, and I was meditating, and I was thinking about how much more I want to do this and how much more I want to walk, because I used to walk every single day, sometimes even twice a day, but lately, especially in winter, I haven't been doing it as much, and I just find myself just falling into like a bleh. So I really want to do that more, and I was thinking, how can I do that? And with the photos, I thought, what a great idea to kind of document and share the views and the cool treasures that I find along my walks, because my view of my walks, like, amazing. Where I live, I'm not boasting, but I am so blessed. And yeah, so I thought, I think I would be a little bit more motivated if I could share that with people. And so what I'm going to do is on Instagram, Twitter, Tumblr, and also on my book blog, I'm going to be using the hashtag Jemwalks, and on there you'll just be able to see the views, the things I find, and kind of follow along with my journey, as well as me being able to share it and discussing, and hopefully other people can get involved and maybe they'll start hashtag what's your name walks. And so yeah, if you're interested in seeing some of those, head over. I'll have like all my links down below, and then you can follow, or even if you don't want to follow, you can just check in every now and then under hashtag Jemwalks. And yeah, so if I have like people walking with me, or like my dog, normally he comes with me on my walks, I'll have hashtag Jemwalks with Axel, hashtag Jemwalks with Cordy, and so yeah, so that is that. And I'm really, really excited for it, and I'm really keen to go for a walk tomorrow. Thing number 4. This is a kind of my book blog update. So I have my book blog, but I've also recently started like a subsection on the book blog. So it's still at aussiebookworm.weebly.com, but in there you can see a little link to LifeBlog, and it's just kind of like my life. You know, instead of just blogging about books, every now and then. So far I've only got one post. Hopefully I'm going to do a second post very soon, maybe even a third, and hopefully a lot more when I'm up in townie and life's a little bit more interesting than just study 24/7. But yeah, so if you want to check that out, you can head over to my book blog and you'll just see it there as LifeBlog. So yeah, that leaves me to thing number 5, my surgery, which I had last Monday. It was a laparoscopy, I think that's how you pronounce it, and pretty much what that was for was to get a diagnosis, because I was pretty sure, and so was my doctor, that I had endometriosis. So I went in and I had my surgery, and then I went back to my specialist yesterday to get my results, and he confirmed that I did have endometriosis. And you probably don't know what that is, some of you people might, but I didn't until 6 months ago, even though I've been suffering with it for close to 9 years. So yeah, pretty much what endometriosis is it's when the lining of the uterus grows on the outside of the uterus, and in some cases it'll also grow on other internal organs. And what that kind of means is that you get this, like, an abundance of different symptoms. The biggest one though is like horrific period pain, and I'm not just talking like, you know, oh, I get cramps once a month and it's, like, you know, it's like it's yuck and it's not comfortable, and like, this is the most excruciating thing I have ever been through. Like, I've broken my arm, I've had my wisdom teeth out, I had braces. Like, for those of you who, braces, like, oof, anyway, it is awful. It feels like someone's got you and just, and then like your stomach's gonna fall out your butt. It's just, it's so bad, I can't even. But anyway, I've been dealing with that since I was 12, so like I said, close to 9 years. And oh, it's just, it's awful. And anyway, I didn't know anything different. I just thought, you know, what I've got is what everyone else has, but I just get it a little bit worse than everyone else. And anyway, eventually, all this time later, I kind of thought, you know, maybe I should get this checked out, but I didn't all this time before because I was so embarrassed by it, which is so stupid. Like, oh, looking back now, I wish I had got something done sooner. So yeah, anyway, I have endometriosis. Well, I don't anymore because during my surgery, they went in, they found 3 growths of it on my left hand side of the uterus, and they cut them all out and stitched me back up. And yeah, so other symptoms that I suffered with were allergies, like I have skin allergies. I also, in the last kind of 2 years, I've developed food sensitivities, and I've also, since I was 16, been suffering from fatigue, which I have to take a supplement for, otherwise I'm like a walking zombie. There are so many other symptoms, just go check it out and have a look, but I think the biggest indicator is generally pain during that time of the month. So yeah, I just wanted to let you all know where I am with that. Like, I'm really happy that it's gone, and I'm hoping that it doesn't come back, but in most cases it does come back. And I just kind of wanted to open the lines of communication, because 1 in 10 Australian women have it. Like, that is huge, and yet I never knew about it, and hardly anyone knows about it, because people don't realize that they have it. The diagnosis rate, right, is 7 to 9 years. That is the average time it takes to get a diagnosis, which is because people just suffer through with it because they think it's normal, but it's not. If you're having that kind of pain, it is not normal, okay? I thought it was, it's not. Doctors have told me it is not normal, okay? So if you have been suffering with any of these symptoms, I would just say, go get it checked out. And then if you go to the doctor and they say, let's try the pill, and then you try that for a few years, like some people it really helps. For me, I was a mess on the pill, but eventually I just said, look, I want to get the laparoscopy to get a diagnosis because that's the only way you can actually get a diagnosis. I also had an ultrasound, but they were pretty sure it wouldn't show up anyway because most of the time it doesn't. But yeah, I just want to kind of say that if you have it or if you've been feeling these symptoms, don't think that you're alone in this or that you should suffer through with it, because you don't have to, and there is so much support out there. Like, since I found out about it, I've been able to connect with so many amazing women and just really talk it through, and just know that I'm not alone in it, which has been a huge thing. Like, I literally last night I posted on my Facebook about it, and so many of these women I have been surrounded by my entire life had it, and I just never knew. And you know, not only have I connected with people on the internet who I don't know, but now I've also been able to connect with people that I do know, like, very well, who have it and who've gone through the same thing, and who I can talk to about it and just kind of know that I'm not alone. And you know, you just kind of, anyway, and that was simply just by posting on Facebook, because I opened the lines of communication. I stopped thinking, you know what, it's periods, ew, that's gross, like most people think. And you know, how you feel as a young girl, often you should be ashamed or embarrassed because it's stupid, it's bullshit. I'm calling bullshit on the whole thing. It's a stigma and it's crap and it needs to get rid of. So yeah, that's just what this whole post is about. I was pretty much out of it for a whole week after the surgery. They pump you with this carbon dioxide to like make it easier to look around, and yeah, it's not great. You just feel awful, and you get this terrible pain in your shoulder, which they don't know why, but it's from the gas. And anyway, I had an amazing experience, well, not amazing, but experience with the nurses at the hospital I was at. My cousin, who actually has endometriosis, she's the recovery nurse, so she was there when I woke up, and they were just so lovely. So shout out to the nurses, thank you so much for looking after me. And yeah, if you have it, or if you want to ask me any questions about endometriosis, just comment or anything or other. And that's pretty much all. I now have 3 little scars, one in my belly button and then 2 like at the lower bit of my abdomen. I won't show you them because I'm wearing a nightie. That wouldn't be pretty. And that's pretty much all I have to say about that. If I had a list. Doesn't sound like me to have a list. But yeah, if you have any questions about anything, please feel free to ask. I love chatting to you. That's why I do this, to talk to you guys and to make friends. And yeah, I love you all. Until next time, bye.